Так, у нас там. Я изучал вот это новое поселение. Ага. Вот эти чуваки, которые... Пьянь, с которыми я бухал, они меня там 2 раза хп коцают.
We can sit on benches after we've...
You can revisit the bench.
Как будто с алкашами как-то не хочется мне еще разговаривать. А туда я могу пройти тоже? А, шлагбаум. Так. Ну ладно, поехали, попробуем с ними покумекать по-нормальному, по-человечески.
Good to see you, friend.
А я
Do
могу
I
со
have
всеми.
deals set up for you, buddy boy? So what do you want? I got smokes. They're cheap, very cheap. I got Pilsner, great deal. You won't get a better deal on that piss. Spirits I can let go for 300 real. I also have speed. And by speed, I mean amphetamine.
And by speed.
See, friend, it's real valuable. Worth every real, if you catch my drift. Got it from a bit of a business venture. You know, it's funny, actually.
He's finding it difficult to focus it.
What? This guy.
Conversation might bring a discount, no?
Oh, this is medicinal spirits. The good stuff. Got it from the doctor's
Spirit.
office. I got one of those scientific ampoules a few months ago. Torpedo, they call it. It's supposed to keep a man from taking a drink. Didn't stop me for shit, that's for sure. 5 lemons with half a pack of butter and you're good to go. It really isn't. In a week, the goddamn kidneys started giving me all kinds of help. Finally, the missus took me to a private doctor. Those arseholes charged me 4 reals to remove the damn
разговаривает
thing.
такой
But I
акцент
came out on
английский.
top after all. The idiots left me alone in there. Now, I used to teach high school biology. I know what doctors use to preserve dead fingers.
Вот так вот будет слышно, интересно. Звук игры микрофон не должно, он должен нормально хватать только когда я впереди говорю здесь.
Like 3 cans of this blue medicinal stuff from the back room. Threw the snakes out and voila! What's left is this beautiful blue stuff. 98.2 I already sold to these fine gentlemen here. But this last one is yours for 3 real, if you want it. Yeah, you thought right. Don't even try to sneak anything past. Aye, that's what I said just now. 300 real.
You acted with great compassion and dignity, not taking advantage of this man.
So what do you want then?
His tone is aggressive. You're getting on his bad side now.
Finally came to your senses, buddy boy. Ain't nobody else gonna give you a price like that. Sure, friend. A bottle of high-quality spirits coming
Надо
right
купить
up.
спирт.
Just make sure to enjoy that one, friend. Oh. The system's been good to old Rosemary here, and I'm milking her like a bitch goat in the backyard. You see, friend, man makes his own luck, and I made mine real good. Got my hands on 3 bottles of liquor or
Это я
cigarettes.
The
услышал.
hook, where is it? I can't see it.
Of course. It is what it is, you know. What it's always. Aye, by amphetamine I mean
Под
speed.
амфетаминами я подразумеваю спидой.
Sure did, buddy boy. That's why I said amphetamine. I mean speed. I mean Aye, it's what I... Good, my man. In the civil...
Так, с одним поболтали. У одного купили спирт, пили. Это кто валяется здесь?
The noxious odor emanating from the drunken man.
Don't you call her? Yeah.
Закон — это я.
Oh, Abigail. Abigail. Don't you fucking.
Abigail is his wife or girlfriend. Chances are she's gone. Calling her wouldn't make it any better.
Don't call Abigail.
Не буду
The
звонить.
man hiccups, then mumbles something. He snorts and beckons you to lean.
Don't call Abigail. Don't call.
There's no use in yelling at drunks.
Бессмысленно кричать на
barely
пьяного
holding it
человека.
The drunk man starts coughing.
Don't you fucking call her. Don't call.
There was little chance he'd be a
Нормально, полтишок опыта залутали. Вот, сейчас будет ответственный разговор, я сохранился.
Hey, tequila.
У меня сегодня нет никаких дел, кстати, на времени. Сегодня среда. О, мне надо позвонить Алисе. Но броню-то я уже себе одел. Ладно, позвоним сегодня.
Good to see you.
Я с ним
How's business?
поговорим.
So what's happening? Yeah.
Good. These people know your true name. Looks like it has preceded you,
Tequila
Mr. Sunset.
Sunset.
More on that.
Not this again.
Only echoes remaining of human faces? That's a pretty good apart. Things aren't going super well for Idiot Doom Spiral either.
This guy's your buddy. You feel it immediately. You belong to an organization.
We are saving.
Please.
Okay, we're drinking. So now it's a pirate's life for me.
Блин,
You too.
не хочу с ним пока. Пусть пока будет. Не хочу тратить HP. Так, итого. Нам нужно. Тут церковь. В церкви кто-то сидит, но еще. Так, давайте задание чекнем, я забыл. Кошмарный галстук готов к кульминации. Ради всего святого не снимайте галстук, пока это не произойдет. Так, давайте оденем галстук. И что дальше? Звонить в участок надо. Короче, мне к тачке надо позвонить точно. И изучить читательский билет. Грязная куртка не буду. От нее тоже код цишься.
The library card is. Whoever owns this card is an avid reader. You find a list of books written in blue pencil. Radio thriller. Stand a little less between me and the sun. Most of these titles seem to be in the sci-fi genre. So if lost, please return the card to the library. Dial 005.
Good. We should give them a call from my kinema. See if we can learn anything about Billy Méjean.
Билли Межан. Задание. Тут на переспонят. Проверьте ловушки. Ловушки вот бы проверить. Так. Лагерь криптозоологов. Лодочная станция к западу от здания Фельд. Ловушка рядом с каналом, который пересекли к юго-востоку от деревни. Гарту чучел птицы. И с Титом поговорить, чтобы рассказал, где Руби. Надо Куна отдать кило. Так, пойдем. Лагерь криптозоологов, это вот здесь. По крайней мере, здесь я же их где-то видел, нет? Ревашоу. Вот эту ловушку не могу проверить. Он. Синенько. Что, типа техника нужна?
This is the track. The reeds by the abandoned camp. The later it gets, the colder. Remnants of the camp. This trap is also full of panic.
Another empty trap. Yep. The next one has a crab trapped in it.
Так, проверили. Теперь мне нужно фаст-тревелом Как вот мне переместиться? Как мне fast travel сделать? Или я не могу? Стоп, а как я в тот раз fast travel делал? Кто-нибудь помнит? Никак? Ну, ладно, пешком пойдем. И не так ходили. Тут что такое здесь? Бутылка, отлично. А вот здесь я еще не болтал.
Hi, officer.
Рыбачка.
Anything I can help you with? A fishing village on the seashore. This place doesn't really have a name. It's sometimes called...
Нечитабль.
The sign on the street leading here is illegible. The name is Lillian. People call me Netpicker. I think I've...
Ask her about the cool sword. Helps to break the ice.
Unfortunately, the factory sold this one with a 3-year warranty instead of a story. It's a regular mass-produced sword, like a shovel or an axe. Nothing fancy.
У них
Just
серийное
for
производство
intimidation.
мечей, офигеть.
From time to time, people need a lesson in respect. That's just the way it is. Back in the day, I caught the eyes of many men. No, I'm afraid not. Tempting to confiscate the blade I used to keep these animals in.
She refuses, but your word is the law. You...
What makes you think we haven't? The truth is that goes for men too. But they put on an act for us. Pretend like everything's good and living in shit doesn't bother them. Oh? Believe me, everyone here is a proper man.
Sounds like she prefers her men to be...
Some went to patch their wounds, their lesson learned. Guess I enjoyed the way he bled.
If it is, then why the melancholy?
Gone.
Извините.
To the waves. The sea took him. Who knows? Maybe he fell over. He didn't respect the sea. Went out there, drunk like a skunk, and sure enough, one day... Now, before you tell me how sorry you are for my loss, know that it was 4 years ago, and I've moved on. There's only so much mourning you can do for a drunk with sinew. Us working folk don't have the luxury to be bedsick with melancholy. I buried him. Life didn't really change that much for me and the kids.
This is neither a touchy nor a very interesting topic.
Let's see. Well, how can I assist you then, officer? Oh? Well, how can I assist you then, officer? Like I said, fish mostly. Sail the waves, take care of the kids. I sell the fish to people in the Delta to serve at their fancy restaurant. Sometimes I also walk to the beach to see what the sea has given us.
This is what is called a conversation.
Wood, pieces of glass. Every once in a while we see dead bodies.
Милый
Bottles,
цвета.
drugs also. Lost cargo in general.
All right. Major...
Well, you're barking under the wrong tree then, officer. I have no interest.
Yeah. Maybe stay clear of the things...
Sure is. The sun, I call her. Coated with a fresh layer of tar just yesterday. It'll take some time for it to dry. Aye. Sunny days.
No, ma'am. We have no...
Good. It would have been bad news had it turned out it wasn't a sunny day.
There's a moment's silence. She looked...
In time, when the sea turns and the winds settle, she will be ready.
My prediction, it will be at least 2 days.
И с ней надо будет ответик еще один. Так, что тут у нас лежит? Пранкангирийские курильские сапоги. Нифига себе. А у меня что? Линк с способом косвенного налогообложения. Не будем мы это носить. Мы оденем сапожище. Alright. Вот это я понимаю. Выгляжу как джентльмен. Доски скрипят. Он говорит, что я упаду. Лестница идет к секу рыб, снующих водорослей. А вот капслук это всегда бегать. Так, вот сюда я не заходил еще. О, это комната с красным стулом-то, которую... Не знаю, как теперь fast travel делать. Делал, переразучился. Вот ловушка еще.
This trap's nothing but low.
Empty as all of them. One more of these and we're done. No.
The reeds bend, the constant, distant song, louder on this part of.
Так, а где еще одна получается? Пройти ловушку рядом с лодочной станцией к западу от здания Фельд. А здание Фельд-то оно...
Nothing is.
А там, что ли? Че, я зря... Ушел? Лодочная станция. К западу от здания Фельд. Там. Маленькая ласточка лежит на тобой, слышно, как она щебечет. Какое из них здание Фельд? Вот это? Или вот это? Вот оно.
It takes you a moment. Behind you, the trap feels light and silent. No locust. No phasmid either. But still.
Well, debate worked on something. This doesn't mean it was a real...
The netting is a little untidy. Messier than the others. Like someone or something picked up the trap and shook it before.
Perhaps our cryptozoologists have competition in the form of an actual entomologist. Or someone else is sabotaging them. I could present more theories, but then I would be taking this on as a case, which I'm not. Right. Anyway, that's for the cryptozoology.
Последняя ловушка оказалась пустой. Возвращайся в станцию. Так, мне сейчас точно надо к тачке. Все, то есть теперь мы спокойным образом все-таки возвращаемся к машине сначала, по рации связываемся, все узнаем, что надо. И идем в танцы отдавать чучело, а к Елене к этой подойдем. У нас есть 30 реалов. Причем мы не будем ночевать. Здесь. То есть в отеле, хотя он, может, бесплатно мне сделает. Жилье-бытие. Житье-бытие там. Бочку надо проверить. Ну, полезнейший лут. Отлично. Найс. У этого чувачка что еще можно купить? Там плащ вроде можно было купить, еще что-то можно было купить. Сейчас сначала звякнем.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, a metallic the pull-out toolbox slide. The white suede feels luxurious under the touch.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? I'm afraid they're closed. It says here that the
Здесь
library...
рада,
We
что
should
вечно
try again, Drew.
опаздываю.
Anything else,
Хорошо.
detective? Just a moment.
10-4, come in, officer. 10-4, sir, glad to hear that. I'll write down that there is no need to issue a new one to you then. Over. Roger that. 10-10, over.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Про труп мы не будем говорить.
Just a
Завтра узнаем сами это.
Yes. Hello? Oh, great. What else do you need, detective? No? Not me. What? Of course it bothered me. No one calls... You know.
Garbage.
Фу.
I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, go on.
You hear
Anything else I can add? 57.
in the
Не будем
cabin.
про труп докладывать. Все, теперь мы идем в... Ресторан. Сначала птичку ему отдадим.
Can I help you?
Что это за мужик?
What is this thing? What, the interior decorating kind? You know, I'm sorry. This is... I can fix it to the plaque and have a new bird in the establishment, I guess? So, I don't know. Thank you.
People just don't know how to accept gifts, especially taxidermy. He liked
I feel good about our work here today. It's all about the little things, like bringing people random stuff.
Got the 20 real. Then why are you... Another thing. Great. Yes.
Так, хорошо, что у меня уровень? Ну, если так качиваю, не знаю, стоит ли. Качаем уж на полный, может что-то будет. Кто ты?
Boy, am I ever so
точно.
grateful to you, officer. But I...
Oh, sweetie, I don't even know how to thank you for finding my husband and helping him out.
Truly a lot of legwork. My partner adores these kinds of things.
Here, I want to give you a
Галстук
small
с этим
token
глазом
of my
тератоном.
gratitude. It's a tie. Mexican origin. The pin is...
the little silvery knob holding the tie together feels warm in your hand. It's in the shape of an avian
Не,
skull.
там очень это странные ясу с Дианой были. В принципе, я неплохо так-то убивал, стрелял. Хорошо. Не, почему? Нет, ну, они были сильнее объективно. Никто вроде не тильтил, ничего, просто они нас победили. Там Вега расфармился, он кнопки хорошо нажимал, всех поубивал, и все. Я пару раз очень глупо умер. Но я думаю, вряд ли эти смерти что-то решили в итоге. Нормально, поубивал. Очень много урона у Твича, очень нравится. Особенно с ульты, это вообще пипец. Буду чаще им играть.
Oh, you don't want to hear about some old one.
Ramblings. Nonsense. You're
Darling, I didn't even get the sight.
You were a child, my dear. Really. It's extraordinary what you were able to
That is a
Что за фазмит?
way bigger compliment. Reflexively, the lieutenant
Well, it was summer. I was building a racing track out of sand on the beach near a tall stand of reeds. Quite a tall one. Many times my height, I remember.
Через Юнталь и
When
Литл
all of a
Темпо.
sudden... I'm getting ahead
Ну
of
так же, как и
myself.
типа всех
I
собирают.
was 5.5
Джинкс,
in
Твича.
Betancourt in the suburbs.
ДПС типа с
My
руки больше.
grandmother had a summer home there.
she'd just started forming memories. Real memories.
The strangest moment of my life. I looked up and one of the reeds moved. Not like a plant, but like a... I didn't know this can happen, so I reached my arm and touched the thing. It felt just like a stalk of... I tried, but I was only a child. There was mud and high water.
Where did you go? Don't go.
I ran back home to my grandmother and asked her if reeds could walk, and told her they were
Надо
looking
попробовать,
at
тоже
me.
попробуем. Через Литл Темпо.
Of course, she just laughed at me, but I knew what I'd... For years, it was a story I told at parties when I wanted to impress boys. that sort of.
We were on a date. Can you imagine? She tells me a story, and it's the most detailed report of the incident.
So that's how
Все,
they
надо
met.
пораньше спать
This
лечь.
is beyond significant.
Выспаться. Завтра перед работкой.
It did, yes. Like Reed.
The way it moved, the colour, how some of its limbs were white, like marble. If it weren't for Lena, I might have given up hope years ago. It's no exaggeration to say that she restored...
It's hard to say how big things are when you're quite small yourself. At
Что же за
first,
фазмит
yes.
такой?
Not all of them. There is some white coloration reported, along with the... How could she?
That's true, yes. I'm almost you trying to tell us.
I thought it was a wonderful story, man.
But I don't believe it. A child left unattended on a warm day. Children make up stories.
You're welcome, sweet.
And she could get
Всё
up and
опытом.
walk right into the reeds on her own. Into the mud. Anywhere.
Классно. Последняя ловушка оказалась пустой.
I couldn't possibly...
He tries to play it cool.
Good. Completely empty?
No locusts?
That's not ideal.
It just means the Insulindian phasmid is even more clever than we thought.
Of course, more clever.
Конечно.
You're dealing with a subject near and dear to them.
Yes. The Phantasmadeia picked off the locusts and escaped. This is good news.
Another trip to the reeds.
Of course we have.
Wait, Morel.
You're right, dear. It's a fair point. But what other Pardon me. This is a big deal for us.
Heartfelt gratitude. But
Thank you, it's an honor. We should probably return to our main investigation.
helping cryptozoologists isn't really a priority for our organization, is it? The lieutenant looks out the window, impatiently.
Hell no. I had no idea. And I'm
Thanks.
He's still glad his friend stood up for him. Consider the way the empty trap was disturbed, as though you should ask the red-headed boy.
a little hooligan.
Oh, my dear Morel. You've been an old man for too long.
Пойду
Delinquents.
поговорим.
Oh, you've been such a dear to us. Please.
Well, I see you've got all the help you need. I'll see you tonight at my place.
After this is your last chance to talk to Gary.
Really, Gary? We're getting so...
Lena, I'm sorry, but you're not getting anywhere. It was some kids. I know the little Morel, it's been fun. Really. But I need a bath, and I have to...
No need to apologize, Geary. You'd be more...
The first man to break formation is always a blow to leadership.
Так, и сейчас последний, когда могу с Гэри поговорить. Ну да, поговорим.
Always a pleasure. I mean,
Я вроде все с ним
officers.
обсудил.
This man,
I told...
tis true, sir.
No.
What does he
Oh, sometimes.
see?
I just didn't want to bore you. I work as a special co.
А вот он
I
товар
don't know the
доставляет.
contents, officer.
Я не
Part
знаю
of
почему.
my job is
Из-за
discretion.
малополигональности, может.
Yes, officer?
Так, хорошо. О, вечер как раз, надо спеть караоке.
The stage, you feel a little dizzy.
So, are you ready for your thing now? Let me know when I should turn on the karaoke carousel.
Immediately, a loud feedback noise. The bar is, they are going to hate you.
Тебя свистают.
I can see that.
Нет, не будем пока петь. Что-то должно произойти, чтобы спеть как следует. Так, с этой поговорил, с этой поговорил, с этой поговорил. Так, задания какие у меня? А, скуна надо как раз. Отдать ему эту наркотики. Ну, батю не будем убивать. Зачем его убивать? Правильно? Здесь дождь еще идет.
Kuno's like Kuno's dad?
No, Kuno. Oh my god, I told you that shit is lame.
Shut up, see.
now they're gonna take you to Lane prison.
She sounds like she's about to cry, out of disappointment at Kuno's newfound lameness.
Deny everything, Kuno.
Kuno's not gonna say anything without...
There's definitely something going on here. Remember his pig's head
Лачок
shack?
с стеной головой, понял.
You should check it out.
Эквилибристика грубой силы. Вот это спортивные штаны нормальные.
Alright, so you got Kuno. That's how we split it. It's the best way. Street way. Alright. Kuno knew you'd try that.
Tell him, Kuno.
Kuno's got brains. This shit doesn't surprise Kuno. So Kuno...
Major fucking...
Kuno won't take this shit lightly.
Not like he thinks, but you can feel it. It's not hard to see at all. You hand out drugs to kids. The lieutenant's faith in your judgment will diminish significantly. None that you can see. No, you can see it. This young man has junior officer material in him. In a...
Tick, 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 tick. Decision time. What's it gonna be? You gonna fuck the... Alright, now we're talking. Whoa, that's heavy. There you go. More than half in there. Kuno's fucking on it up.
There is no movement on the lieutenant's face, but he does not approve.
Now tell me, how the fuck do you know about Kuno's life? Kuno's got plans. Get the fuck...
Yeah, we got...
Yeah? How are you still standing, pig? You sneak past him. What? Fuck right. Kuno's dad was sleeping like a bum. Kuno told ya. Kuno's dad doesn't give a shit about anything. But you got lucky, pig. Kuno knew this. Kuno's fucking violent fiend dad's been drinking hard lately. Kuno knew you. What the fuck are you trying to do? Get the Kuno to stop. Kuno's...
A small lump.
Keep your ass together,
Бедный.
Kuno.
Yeah? Kuno's dad is fucking nothing. Fucking coma shit, stroke shit. Kuno's gonna have one too. Gonna be just like Kuno's dad. Speed shit, crime shit, fucking on the bed.
Stop saying all this sad shit.
There's a touch of grief in there.
Fuck are you talking, sad? Kuno's got hard shit, death shit, nothing shit. Get your fucking nun ass out of here before Kuno fucks it dead. You think 'cause you brought Kuno 1 gram of speed turn into... Kuno ain't turning into shit.
Kuno won! Oh, you won, Kuno!
He did not win. There is a crack in there now, and it's spreading across the face of his...
Yeah, so fucking what? Fuck are you talking to Kuno about that kiddie shit?
He's trying to fuck you again.
Fuck out of here. Kuno knows it's fucking lame. That's why Kuno changed it. Kuno can change his name into anything. Gonna change my name into...
Don't change your name into that, Kuno.
Fuck right there were. Fucking 3 years or some shit. Yeah, that's right. Kuno's dad doesn't give a shit about that electricity and light shit. Just wants to pound on people and drink. That's right. It's a shithole. Kuno's gonna move underground. Leroy...
Yeah, in a tomb, Kuno.
Yeah, pig. This shit is done. Kuno doesn't...
Угу, экспо получил, хорошо. Автосохранение, то есть все-таки это важное что-то было.
All around you, the hisses and chirps of locusts fill the musky air.
Well, detective, it appears you've solved the case of the locusts. For the missing locust case, which is a sub-case of the imaginary insect. Oh, I'm not being sarcastic at all. We are making, if anything, the presence of the locust points to the opposite. But what do I know? I'll let you handle the Kuno side of things. You are the...
Да. Ну давай, бегом, блин. Что, мы сможем прыгнуть?
The tarpaulin cloak with possible RCM markings is still caught
Рискнем?
on the railing. As you leap in the air,
О,
a
успех,
chilly breeze
17%.
engulfs you, sharpening your senses. As the concrete floor
Пипец, мне
welcomes
повезло.
you realize it's been a while since you felt so alive, alert,
Hell yeah. My climbing might not have been as disco as your jump.
with your feet firmly planted on the concrete. The noise of the
Полицейский волна трепет. Круто. Полицейский волна визуальный анализ. Плащ патрульного. Мне, походу, надо этот плащ вернуть тем, кто внизу. Офигеть, где я?
Numerous empty wine bottles glisten in the rain. Well, they went through 6 bottles of potent Pilsner, 3 bottles of common...
Это все я, да.
Yes, I think we can say with relative confidence that it was you. Yes, this scene isn't exactly rip.
Просто скилл дали. Вот эмпатию максимум вкачиваем, отлично. Все, эмпатию можно не трогать. Сколько у него стоимость? 0,1. Круто. Пипец, он тут бухал. Типа один, наверное, втихаря.
This is the night watchman's booth. You need to rest. Your body is aching. Getting in here has taken something out of you. Have a seat. The chair is not as austere as the rest of the booth. A thin grey pillow is attached to the seat. Stale air floods through your nostrils. Not as the drawers are empty, save for old timesheets and receipts. One small box, however, does hold some cheap painkillers.
I'm not here to tell you what to do, detective.
Oh boy, where to start? Elevated risk of dementia,
Болезнь пророка,
mini
побочный
strokes,
эффект.
prophet's disease,
Черная желчь,
sudden
неконтролируемый
death,
плач.
hair death, erectile. Maybe this. You take the painkillers. They are yours now. You stand and exit the booth.
If you must.
Nothing incriminating. It's a black and white photo of a young couple out in a street fair. The man, Rene, is dressed in a Royal Carabinier uniform. Rene looks like he's about to smile. This photo must be tied to some good memory.
Why did you take that picture of Rene? You're really interested in that old soldier. Not sure I understand your fat.
Рене это тот пожилой, да,
This
чувачок?
is the
Отлично. Так, туда мы не можем. И все, вот я здесь. Мне не надо даже с этим черным было разговаривать. Опля, понял. Но мне кажется, я рановато сюда иду.
a rusting control panel with several knobs. 2 buttons marked Marsh, Marsh. With a loud grind, the crane shifts overhead, moving a massive metal container through the air.
Надо посмотреть, что в нем теперь. Марш.
And with a surprisingly, this crane was built with who can say? All you know is, it's special.
I can't see how that was worth the records, except for seeing the crane.
Сохранимся. Так, и что здесь?
Before you stands a cargo container.
You do? Because I don't. There are a million containers here. Why are you fixated? It's a cargo container, detective. We're not here to interact with...
No reply. The knock produces a hollow ring of metal. You attempt to turn the handle. To your left, the lieutenant considers your actions with some puzzlement.
А как же мне его открыть? Интересно, ладно. Так, ну тут еще много всего мне еще, мне кажется, надо что-то доделать. Рене про фотографию спросить, про насекомое ему рассказать. Так, в библиотеку завтра позвоним, в участок Руби. Это с Титом поговорить. Как проверить это холодильник-то? Где это холодильник? В торговом здании напротив танцев. Вот это я, походу, просрал, но я уже одел эту броню, на себя пофиг. Ну, блин. Стоп. Перезвоните Алисе.
Yes? Yes. I don't know what... I'm not really sure about this turn of events. Either way, good on you. You were saying? What do you want to know? What's there to say? It's the cop kind. Our precincts can't decide if Martinez is part of Jamrock or the Industrial Harbor. Yours or mine, as if we somehow own parts of the city. Typical street gang mentality. So, well, sort of. It's less a matter of who gets to police Martinez than who has to. I think the dispatch desk just told both our stations about the hanging. There was quite the brouhaha at the 57th, I can tell you that. Time to settle it, they said. Cop off. But I assure you, I am not their finest or toughest.
So, he volunteered to represent the 57th, but not out of competitiveness.
Yes. I am an unrepentant spoilsport. Martinez? Nothing. It's just a puddle at the end of some drain pipe. No one cares about this place. They care about sports.
Большинство наших коллег даже не знает, как сюда
don't even know
добраться.
how to get here. North of the interchange doesn't exist.
Tell him why it's you. He opens one hand and looks...
Which school do you subscribe to? Mambo or Jambo? Mental illness. Yes. It's always good to have a police officer who... Was there anything else you wanted to ask about the Yes, it's so holy...
He's actually glad it's addressed now. Because you're the best qualified. No, that doesn't see. You look dumb if you keep the lieutenant...
Yes? Yes. I don't know what... No, it's okay, I guess. I may have preferred the mutton chops. They sort of seem to cover the... Either way, good. What do you want to... What's there to... The cop can't... Well, I think the...
So, he volunteered to represent the 57th, but...
Martinez? Yes.
Tell him why it's you.
A good joke.
He does not actually think it was a good joke.
If it helps you work better. Okay. Was there anything else you wanted to ask about? Yes.
He's actually glad it's addressed now.
Okay.
Yes?
Because you're...
Абузер. Ничего, нормально. 42% это нормально.
Yes?
Because you're...
Мне тогда с эквилибристикой 17% с первого раза повезло.
Look at you. It's because you're a failure. They sent you to Slight, Precinct 57. Just think about it for a second. You're a raging alcoholic.
I've considered it. It would be immensely ugly of them, not to mention unprofessional. I checked the records. This jurisdiction dispute, who polices Martinez, reaches back to the 30s. It's as old as my station. And all this time we can't decide who gets Martinet. I am the finest of nothing. Safe? No. But you're old. You've made it this far. Something has brought you through. So no, I don't think they sent you as a joke. And even if they did...
He's right. There are no airtight theories. Just paranoia.
Отлично. Ну я сейчас, да, сюда, наверное, еще нет смысла идти. Я думаю, сюда еще успеем. Надеюсь, я теперь сейчас смогу отсюда выйти и постоянно заходить сюда смогу. Печаток огромно занято на подушке. Кофейный следует кружки. Это здесь этот. Здесь отдыхает тот большой чувак. Краткое введение в инфраматериалистическую теорию, предназначенная для широкой аудитории. Этот экземпляр провел немало времени в чем-то заднем кармане.
The front of this quarterly journal features a large satirical portrait of the late King Friesel from the sides of his head, because Friesel was incompetent, foolish, and cruel. In short, the embodiment of everything. To your disappointment, there aren't any full-color pictures to direct your attention. After rifling the pages with your thumb, the magazine is divided into several sections. International developments. Kunst und Kultur. Comrade, as you know, this journal takes its name from Mazov's immortal expression, Du Cristal a la Fumée. This was his way of describing the... But, like the structures of capitalist ideology, we too are at risk of going a la Fumée. Unlike many publications which are content. So please, if you value our radical Mazovian perspective...
What do you expect? It was laying around the office of the debate.
You flip back to the front of the magazine. This section, you flip back to the front of... It takes a moment. As you leave the main feature, that's certainly sad. The actual... If you don't follow it, you only ever... You think instead, where to even start. Oddly enough, this undercap thus... And that, but at the end of the day, it's the destruction of these 750,000 real races that you're really watching for. You see, one cannot avoid the conclusion that Tip-Top Tourney...
I can safely say the thought had never crossed my mind, Detective. I'm sure most things are, if the young men who wrote this article are... If I had to wager, I'd say they've never even seen the inside of a motor. Much less.
You flip back to the front of the magazine. Unsurprisingly, much of this section is taken up with articles declaring unqualified. You skim the headlines. Paint the harbor red and white. Finally, there's a brief article by the writer, G. Martin, accusing the owner of the Cape Side apartments of illegally attempting to evict certain communist tenants simply for not having paid their rent. According to these editorials, there can be no accommodation. Why do communists love puerile insults? And they wonder why they're... Judging from the context, it's something very large. You flip back to the front of the... An imposing combination of a punch clock and a payphone. The machine swallows your coin and seems to be waiting. Your fingers run over the calling. Calling. Still call.
Video Revachol, 24-hour video rental. You're an 8 and 10mm film for home use. This is Lummy. How may I help?
The voice of a youngster on the other end.
Video Revachol is a 24-hour video rental. Sir, I don't know. It's a video rental. No. Maybe you called to extend your rental period? Do you need to extend your rental period? Let me fire up the machine. Here we are. You haven't rented anything in 5 years. But you still have a copy of Blue Ocean Hell from November 4th. It's not an easy watch. After the death of his daughter and subsequent divorce, Ziemsk immigrant, no wonder no one's been missing it. Still, it would be great if you could return it to us. We're on the corner of Voyager and Main.
The call is terminated.
Еще могу. Прикольно, 50 опыта просто на халяву.
On second glance, someone...
It's unfortunate for the Union.
Let's see what's in the drawer. Hundreds of documents containing logistical data. Two kinds and the same materials being handed over to companies inside. It's hard to make sense of this thicket of company names, dates. Whatever's hidden here is hidden well. Concentration isn't enough. Only a trained accountant with a background in logistics. It appears to be a to-do list written. Remember, Leo, Everard's shoes. Special word in borscht. Water Everard's plants. All items on the list have been crossed out. And then
Everard Clare, probably. The head of the Debarders Union. One of his aides must have left it.
Remember, Leo, Everard's shoes.
Обувь Эврара, особый борщ в танцах, полить растения Эврара, поднести в офисе еще
All
плакаты.
items of the drawer slide.
Каждый рабочий член правления, отлично. Боевой дух. Так. Да, как мне теперь... Неужели мне теперь выйти только через завод? 9:30 я тут бегаю по заводу. Ну ладно, let's go. Это зачем здесь бегать? Синий, что значит? Мне нужен ломик как раз. Перчатки от фаун серии Ультра плюс сумма. Ой, денежки собирает.
Container, I'll turn you.
The accent is so thick, it's impossible not to notice he's...
Container, used to be Everard. He looks after it.
The look in his deep blue eyes is as sincere as you've ever seen.
I see you are not a union man, mister. Did you get lost? You're not one of them scabs, are you? I mean, I don't personally mind. Folks is just folks, you know. And
Завод из резидента?
gotta eat.
Из Вилладжа ты имеешь в виду? Ну да. Или... Ну да, только Вилледж же завод был.
Just some of the other guys. Oh yes, born and raised in Irish, mister. Mum had to leave my dad after he got a bit violent. Took us here to the new world. I was the people say us students are up to all sorts of trouble with sheep and other animals and whatnot. I just want you to know there was never any of that where I come from.
Thank you for clarifying that, sir.
Oh, I'm just making some covers for them containers here. Yes, I am. So it's easier for the...
Everything is so pretty and red. You and Leo look like... Keep it together. No need to show your wonder.
Sure is, mister. Sure is. Really livens up the place.
I had to break this bonding moment, but the red containers mean they are replacing the company livery with the union livery, which means...
Oh, most of the guys are down at the gates, keeping the scabs from coming in. We're on a strike. The whole union is. You don't have to work when you're...
So no one is working?
Not everyone is down there, of course. Mr. Everard is in his office, where he... But Titus and his boys got into some drunken trouble and Everard sent them on a nice vacation. For a week or so. Oh, I'm not really supposed to talk about that. Him and his boys stirred up something in town. Probably drank too much and got into a fight or something. I heard Mr. Everard telling him to take some time off.
Какой-то, видишь?
Don't go all bad cop on this simple, friendly fellow.
I guess the boys got a bit too rowdy and had to let out some steam. I don't really know the details.
Easy, Leo. Let's keep this on the hearties.
I remember I was the runt of the class. The bigger boys always used to pick on me. But Mr. Everett and his brother always came to help. Once they beat old Noel Becker so bad he needed stitches on his head. Mr. Everett and Mr. Edgar are real nice guys, mister. You should go talk to Mr. Everett. I'm sure
You're never getting anything useful out of him. It's good enough you found out Everard has a brother called Edgar, and he helped Leo.
Yes, yes. Everybody needs a job, and this is mine. I'm Leonard, by the way. I'm like Mr. Everett's right-hand man when Mr. Edgar is out of town. And Mr. Actually, Miss Beaufort is the right-hand man. But she's a lady.
Who is this Miss Beaufort?
A real pretty lady with a skin like those Douai Sucre candy bars my missus likes so much. Them are real nice to suckle on, but I can't listen to the radio all the time. There's so much to do around here, and I'm always busy.
Stay on this Miss Beaufort topic.
Oh, Lizzie, she is a real sharp tool. Mr. Everett put her through some fancy school and everything, east of the river. But she's a real nice girl. Grew up in this here neighborhood. Knows everybody and gets
Это
along
Лиззи,
with
это та
everyone.
афроамериканка, да, из кафе?
For a fraction of a second.
If me missus and me was to have a child, I'd be real happy if she turned out like her. But Dr. Lemaitre said so, and she knows about such things. Been a doctor for almost 50 years she had.
Yes, this place really seems to run like clockwork.
Well, thanks a lot. Coming from you, it means a lot, really. Sometimes I feel some of the guys don't really get how much...
The white rectangle on your clothes might not mean an awful lot in Martinaise, but the recognition from an authority figure may...
Oh, yes, yes. I leave all kinds of notes for myself. That old... Oh, yes. I've been taking special whirling borscht to the men every... It's very, very good. Makes a man feel so warm and happy. I feel like I could take on Mr. Renadan's boar dogs every time the lunch is done. Yes, yes. I'm taking it to them.
Больше наркотиков. Надо будет сейчас надавить на этого владельца этих
Makes you all
танцев.
warm inside. They brew it in the whirling in rags. Oh, the whirling's cook. He makes it. Them is always talking with Mr. Manana in that weird language and laughing to... Oh, sure, mister. Sure. You... Oh, that one. That should be empty as far as I know.
Told you.
Oh, you want Mr. Everett then? He's an awfully nice fellow, he is. Him and his brother are both nice fellows. They've lived their entire life. Guys like Mr. Everett and Mr. Edgar, his brother, are real good guys. Made Martinaise what it is today. Mr. Everett and Mr.
Patience. Deep down you have the mental power to keep listening. Not many would.
Had an arithmetics teacher, Miss Bellows.
Мадам орёт.
Her real name was Miss Bellams. She was a real pretty lady. But when she got mad...
Да, голос модный. Но он типа, может, как вот просто такие, которые дурачливые, блаженные, они же и... Ну, у них может быть такой голос, я встречал таких. Когда взрослые, голос все равно молодой.
We used to sneak in her yard in the dark and peek through the window. One time we saw Miss Bellows with a fellow. Yes, we did, mister. Them was naked too. That's all I got to say about that. Thank you. Bye-bye now.
Только как мне попасть теперь обратно-то? Где я и кто я? И что это вообще?
Before you is a walrus of a man, seated behind a large... With great effort, he straightens himself up. A typical power play. Wait for him to speak first. Show him you've got a backbone. The one good eye of this man fills you up without even flickering. The other, his lazy eye, is constantly moving like a goldfish in a tank. Grotesquely magnified by his +6. For a moment, you don't know where to look. It is unbearably humid. At first, nothing happens. His face weird, like a general over his maps. He plots his moves, judging by the way he's licking his chops.
So, Mr. Dubois, Mr. Kitsuragi, how nice that you found a moment to pay a visit to the Debardairs Union. Please, have a seat.
The folding chair looks like a torture device.
You go ahead, detective.
Whatever he has in store for you, it can't be good, he thinks.
Please, Mr. Dubois, let us converse in a
He's trying to throw you off your game.
Excellent, Harry. Of course. Very well, Mr. Dubois. I respect a man with strong convictions.
Мне кажется, нельзя было садиться, я бы упал на стул.
I, too, have convictions. One of which is that I will not... Should you find yourself more amenable in the future, I'd gladly resume our conversation.
Don't give up, but don't leave.
Ну хорошо. Как мне, типа, теперь отсюда? Блин, а если с ними поговорю, я же, наверное, сюда не попаду, там же они заблочили. Ну ладно, let's go, поговорим.
Mr. Dubois,
Сядем.
I hoped... Excellent, Mr. Dubois. I can see that you're a reasonable man, and reasonable men can be of great use to one another. So tell me, how can the head of the Debarders Union help a representative...
The chair you're sitting on has got to be the most uncomfortable...
Oh, by the way, I heard you got a rather rude reception from a certain Lawrence Gart. This should take care of that nonsense. It should be sufficient to cover your expenses for a few days and patch over your differences with a
Wow, that's 25 real. That's good money. You need it.
Yes, I know Lawrence. He's a real character.
With a grin, he points to the checker game. It's like you're on a game show. At least don't thank him for it.
Okay, okay. I respect a man with print. Now, I'd like to set your mind at ease about one other matter. Your lost gun.
His slug-like lips move, but all you hear isn't... The world is swallowed by a black hole of fear. Only 2 words escape its gravitational pull. Lost.
Are you all right, Harry? You see, it's not like you left it loaded. You didn't lose a loaded gun. Local children aren't out there playing with it right now.
God, you're sweating. Your knee is jerking. You're about to cry, aren't you? You're about to cry because you lost your...
Mr. Dubois! Mr. Dubois! Mr. Dubois! Harry!
While Everard is distracted by your odd behavior, the lieutenant's...
Mr. Dubois, are you okay? Can I get you a glass of water or something? Are you having some kind of... What an odd demonstration of... you got me, Harry. I don't even know what. As entertain...
Okay, enough. We are here to ask you some...
Quick, here's your window. Get yourself to get... It is about time to stop embarrassing yourself. Questions will help you regain some of your lost dignity.
What? Harry, how could you say that to me? You know I appreciate a joke as much as any Johnny fat guy, but I can't take slander. Harry, you wound me, Harry, in the heart. But I trust you.
Thank you for your understanding.
You too, Lieutenant.
None taken. Did we have anything else to do here, Harry?
Ah, yes. Your side investigation. Thank you. You've got some spirit clearing up phony drug accusations alongside this murder.
Not even a speck of anger in his voice.
Harry, honestly, I'm just relieved you didn't get a hernia. A man your age...
The big man peers at you over the rims of his glasses.
Anyway, I assure you, I am a very well-informed man. Information reaches me before I even... Oh, I know everything about you, Harry. I have a big... And the word on the street is your memory is a bit... hazy. If that's true, maybe I can help you out. Do you a little favor, so to speak. So good to hear that, Harry. Apparently my source... However, if you would have a spot of memory trouble... Well, let's just say a fat juicy...
It's just a brown folder.
Are you trying to tell me you've gotten hold of some of our documents?
Mr. Kitsuragi, would you mind? Harry has some questions.
Asking too many questions will make you look weak. You should maybe focus on the folder. As you look at the folder, Everard covers it.
Okay, Harry, you got me. This is from the Census Bureau, not the arse...
He got the name from the Census Bureau, and everything else from...
Yes, Mr. Kitsuragi, from the Census Bureau. Like I said, now...
That means he doesn't really know anything about you. A pity. The mystery of you.
Yes, that's what I said. Try to keep up, okay? Let's move on. Yes, your lost gun. My best men are on it. They're turning every stone, searching every playground. Your gun will be found, Harry. Let me...
The only way to find it seems to be working with him. He might even be holding your gun hostage.
Yes, thank you for the hot tip regarding your lost gun, Harry. Now, please, let the professionals do their job. Kick back, Harry, relax. I have great guns.
It did not come as a surprise to him. He might actually not be bullshitting.
Damn it, Harry. That's exactly what it means. I'm only kidding, of course.
Of course. I understand. We help you.
Oh, of course. That's your main thing here. That's why... I mean, it's no secret that the lynching is connected to the strike. So much to talk about. Honestly, it's been weighing on me so heavily. Harry, had you asked me earlier, I could have used your help in dealing with us. Sadly, the moment has passed and the weasel's back in its den. Nothing to do about it now, so get this. I'm just going to give you the... The time has passed, Harry. Were you not listening when I just said that? Pay attention, please. Now, do you want to hear about the hanging or not? Yes, that would have been the interest. Fantastic. Time for men like me and you to figure out who's killed who and why. By now, I'm sure you've figured out who the dead man was working for. The bad guys. Wild Pines. Sent to scare us. Another Harry, this strike is the culmination of many, many mistakes made by the Wild Pines group.
You mean our victim?
A security contractor? Can you imagine that? Workers standing in peaceful protest, united in the... I'm talking beasts. Hardened killers from proxy wars in Yisut, Semenine, Saramaritsa, you name it, they've done it. Raping, everything they did there, they brought over here. They want to turn Revachol into a third world slum. Honestly, the only thing... No, Harry, the elephant is metaphorical, and so is the village. Now, I haven't personally witnessed the brutalities out there. I have the luxury of staying in my container, you see. If I need to go somewhere, they just move my container. Yes, I'm an old man, Harry. My legs aren't what they used to be. They lift my office, but enough about me and my fun container. The killers the company hired, I think that one of them got downright suicidal. Getting drunk, violent, a little rapey. Even their own negotiator couldn't control him. That's your ball.
By negotiator.
Harry, what you need to realize is, we dock workers are not pushed. We got grit, Harry. This whole neighborhood does. Push us hard enough and we push back. And when we do, there's a militant wing inside the union. A group of people whose duties don't involve manual labor, but peacekeeping in the neighborhood. They're like you guys. Idealistic people who want to make sure bad things don't happen.
So these idealists...
One day Titus Hardy, leader of this peacekeeping faction, comes up to me and says, Bob, he probably worded it differently, but that was the idea. Sure sounded to me like they killed him.
Aren't you worried we might arrest them for this?
Oh, I'm not at all worried about that. These are not the kind of men who get arrested. They're Martinez boys, tough and gritty.
Uncertainty belies his boasting. In the end, though, he believes it.
How do I know? Let me tell you about these people. Last winter, some poor workers in Terminal E went on a little strike. The company sent in sediment. These guys turn up and start beating people. Tell you what, Harry, I wouldn't be surprised if we got the same mercenary company after a little
So you believe the scabs were organized by the...
You said it. Hell, one of those guys looks big enough to take down that proverbial elephant. Boys like that don't just happen to show up during strikes. Of course, you're always one step ahead of me, Harry. I'm no genius. Tribunal? That sounds serious, Harry. We union men should be shitting ourselves. I wish you hadn't told me that.
He's clearly happy about the tribunal.
Oh, Harry, what do I really think about the tribunal? You're trying to climb to second base with old Everett.
He wants you to do more things for him before.
Oh, Liz is a bright one. Oh, they are simply fine young men, all 7 of them. Old Theo used to run them, but things really kicked into gear when Titus took the reins and named the group after.
Interesting. Who said?
They're almost all of them great guys, born leaders.
То есть я мог
Whatever
вообще сюда
happened,
типа пройти,
I'm sure
у
they
них
only had the
инфу
best
найти
work
и
with
потом
them.
с ними идти
Hell,
пойти
interview them,
разговаривать.
but don't fight them. They really are just like you. Men who like...
That's him allowing the police to...
But of course, it's the least I can do for my good friend Harry.
You can now go and tell Titus about this.
Also, Harry, here's 5 real. I'm not giving you anything.
Needless to say, this is another. The lieutenant watches you pocket the banknote. How many micro bribes would this guy take?
Good boy. A real team player. Now, do you have any more questions? Was it a... I don't know what happened, Harry. I wanted you to feel like Mr. Martinez. And, of course, I also wanted you to find your gun. Yes, Harry. It's like I can't fully trust you if you're not a man of the left.
A man of the left. So you have... He's been hurt too much in the past by men who aren't social democrats.
What does your heart tell you about your lost gun, Harry? Does it tell you to forget about it? Or do you think it wants to be found?
And what would this entail?
Once again, I require nothing unethical or illegal of you. You just need to get 2 little signatures on this piece of paper.
Take the documents off him, and you take his power.
It depends. I don't think what we just got from Mr. Clare was...
But, he thinks, it's your call.
As I said, it weighs on me heavily. But once we get really talking, well, I'm going to hand you the keys to Martinez, and maybe even help you figure out who's behind this killing. I'm glad you asked, Harry. The Union is going to build a modern youth centre in Martinez. It will be... There's a nameless little street on the coast with some old houses around it. Most people have already signed. I just need 2 more signatures to get this... Yes, the little cul-de-sac on the coast, where all the men have drowned, in either the... They are just going to have to deal with the construction noise for 6 months, and then they'll be living like kings. Right next to a fancy new youth centre, designed by the best architects from Stella Marie. You bring joy to my heart, Harry. Such a pleasure to be working with. You need to get signatures from Isabel Sadie and Lillian Carter. The cul-de-sac is right past the pawn shop and across the canal. Once you have the signatures, mail this to 13022 La Rocca in La Delta. Then we can talk... Most certainly. By all means, Harry. What's on your mind? Oh, that's very nice. I haven't gotten around to her yet. One thing I want to make very clear, Harry, is that we're all trying to do what's best for Martinez. Don't feel like you can't cooperate with her because you and I are such good friends and I'm helping you find...
Whoa, that's so nice of him. Suspicious.
I'm just a nice guy, Harry. I wouldn't be where I am now if I wasn't nice. Politics is all about emotions, and I want you to have positive emotions when you think of me. What do you mean, Harry? Nothing. I let him go. He's an old man, Harry. I wanted him to spend more time with his family. God knows how... Harry! I have little people in my organization. Honestly, I'm beginning to think you're a midget, Harry. I'm only kidding, Harry. You're not a midget. No one is. Vanished? Harry, the woman left her casserole in the... Oh, did I leave my casserole on? Better go home and check. The election can wait. When she got back, the whole thing was over.
И что говорят?
Wait, there was no mention of a casserole from Joyce.
И цены когда?
Harry. Do not fixate on this little matter. Maybe it was...
That much is true. His heart truly is in it, though you wouldn't think so by looking at him. If it's spilled blood you're looking for, then there certainly isn't any.
Yes. Low balling, of course. This isn't a casino, Harry.
His expression makes it clear.
If she actually wants to see me, she will find a way.
He doesn't want to see her. It's as simple as that.
Of course, Harry. Let me just assure you one more time. I have no interest in what she is doing. but I myself have nothing to hide. Your business is your business, and I respect your... Tell her about all of it. My brother's picture, my singing swordfish clock. My dear Harry, there are literally millions of containers in this harbor. Harry, you smooth-talking son of a bitch. Time is a precious resource.
Smooth talking? Maybe.
I don't know what that means, Harry. Shady... You know what? Don't even tell me. Whatever it is, do it. Surprise me. Just...
He sincerely has no idea what you were talking about.
No, you didn't. I know the mailman, Harry. Just like I know. By all means, Harry, wait. You need this to get in and out through the gate. Here, you're one of us now. A real red and white union man.
Отлично. Как выйти теперь? Время-то уже 11 часов. Что-нибудь новенько скажет? Ты что здесь сидишь вообще? Уже поздно.
Oh, hey, mister. I knew you'd be back to talk. Sure, mister. Absolutely.
You're back before the cargo container. Its drawer has not lessened since you were last here.
Убедить дверь открыться. Что?
You're back before the cargo container. Why?
3%. Убедить дверь открыться. Риторика. Гениально. Гениально. А как мне выйти-то отсюда?
A rusting crane does not.
Вообще. Ух. О чем теперь ты мне скажешь? Чувачок.
Your race descent has only one.
There must be some.
Mr. Clare is also to some. Of course, you are above all. Rampant multinational finance. Offshoots of this. I am not surprised. The South, we are. I am a descent. No.
He would be appreciative.
Yes.
Ask what kind of races there are first.
Class, do you? What thing? We already got in the harbor.
You are obvious. There are 3 categories. I knew.
Yeah, I mean...
Yes, it would seem nonsense.
Those, a receding genetic, you know, the mount, the vest, the other over, as proven by the indit, the Areopagi, the land.
Nature was not capable of more.
Type
the koikos of
yes, pinkness, the koik.
Is it 82,000 years that we've been recording history? You have very little idea of what is happening, but that seems a little...
The revolution is fatal, familial. Enough of tips, the F.R. A music. Lesser, the mosquito. Then there is the Semino Koiki. That is understandable. Where you understand nothing. To solve the great race enigma, you have to first ask. You need to internalize what you have. I cannot possibly imagine. There is not. I cannot.
Ну, что ты меня не пускаешь? Закрыто. Стоп, а что, отдавать 20 реалов? Не хочу отдавать 20 реалов. Могу быстро переместиться. Опа. Ну, Что там есть-то? Как достать-то это? Какая вообще? Он меня провожает, типа, чтобы я не погиб.
The buzz of electric.
Yes, I got. My suggestion is, what's this about? Come now, I can't read all this. I might be half blind, but it looks like part of the village. Have you asked Lillian about this? I won't even consider signing. I can wash it for you, but it's going.
Hell yeah.
I could use a breather.
Well, hand it over then. Must say, I'm proud of this one. It's pretty nice underneath all that filth. I hope you'll have an easy.
You take the legal documents out of the.
I'm no property lawyer.
The youth center cuts into the ocean like the bow of some great modern ship. It's going to be awfully close to the already existing building. This is either an ominous or cool architectural choice. Hard to say. There is no loophole. The simple truth is the current residents are going to lose their street access, and for the next 12 to 40 months. Once the construction starts, it'll probably take a few months, a year maybe, for even the most stubborn occupants to get tired of living like this.
I should have seen it. Evrard probably has eyes on us, but we could try to get other people to sign this instead of those listed. Or you could forge their signatures yourself. By the time he finds out, we'll already be gone.
Понял.
It's getting late, and it's...
Good night, officer.
Тут за мной будут видеть?
You take the legal documents out of the envelope.
Попробую подделать. Хочу погемблить. Envelope.
You take the legal documents out. The pen is shaking. You take the legal documents out of the penny.
А, еще куртку надо посмотреть. Что это за курточка такая невероятная? Минус 1 грамм, болевой порог. То есть я могу в спортик одеться, у меня будет вообще тут. А где мой галстук? Вот же мой галстук.
You take the legal documents out of the pen is shaking.
Обузим, ничего страшного.
You take the legal documents out of, with a confident flourish. You can indeed. They look distinctly different and very convincing, but they're not. And the document will be nullified if they dispute it. All you need to do now is mail the signatures to There was a mail delivery box in the plaza, near the corner of...
Aye, the sea's gonna calm down soon. Oh, that's good to know, I guess. Why is it in the sea? This calls for a funeral, if you ask me. Aye. Feels deserved, don't you think? Falling in the line of duty like that and all. Quite odd. Our things are a part of our life world. Oh yeah? You won't even be able to get it out of the water before early June. Take it from someone who's been through a few funerals. It's easiest to just leave them there and let nature take care. I understand, believe me. I really do. I think about all, but daydreaming is a rich man's game. At sea, you can't afford to be careless and dream.
Ей нужно пойти на свидание с еще
Anyway.
со мной, типа.
What are we talking about here again? Oh? Well, how can I assist you then, officer?
А, все, я типа сам подписал, теперь с ней можно не говорить об этом.
It's getting cold. On the table, you see above the water, the beardless. An old mirror hangs on the wall. You see your reflection in it. The expression. An old mirror hangs on the wall. You see your reflection in it. The bed is comfortable. Across the room, the heating system hums its soft lullaby. The mattress feels soft.
Че, я прям нормально посплю сейчас в этом месте? Прикольно.
Thoughts, baby.
Хуй там.
A million little lights in the dark.
Recorded in you. Forever.
On and on it goes. For untold hours.
Behold, there are millions of them down there.
It's the world, Harry boy. And you're made of it. You can never forget this shit.
All stuck.
You're the son of the world again. Harrister. A ceaseless...
Reading your awful letters and recalling things, aren't you?
You'll go insane if you keep going like this.
Solving your little crossword puzzles. Doing your tasks. Beep, beep, beep.
You can do it. It's nothing.
$7.30 как штука. Вообще. Доброе утро. Так, теперь что нам надо делать? К машине надо. Рене, особый борщ, отлично. Я подписи поставил. О. Блин, выучить что ли придется? Ну, выучим, изучим тогда. Я могу переместиться? Ладно, тут бежать не так много. С этим чувачелом я еще не беседовал. О, они куда-то делись, кстати. Хорошо, не надо было с ними разговаривать. Один вред от этого. Ладно, давайте сейчас вот эти все миссии сделаем и закруглимся. А, еще как раз продадим сейчас ему эти открытки. Нормально, сейчас бабла поднимем.
Hello, hello. Sure, let me have a look. Anything else you're thinking of selling?
Почему не оранжевые? Может, зря я их продаю-то?
All right. Let's... Oh, no, 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 no. I don't need... Besides, this gear costs Oh, no. A photic path? Counter-radiance network? Another time, perhaps.
Так, теперь мы идем. Поговорим о фотке с этим. О, нифига, что-то они здесь стоят. Панки.
The dented yellow mailbox greets you.
Yes, for sending mail.
You drop the white. About a week's worth of mail as collected in the... Probably did the right thing. You can't trust that slug, Everard.
All right, let's go back to Everard. If we don't mention anything to him, he won't know before it's too late.
There is a hollow ring as you kick the box. It sounds like it's mostly empty. Your toe hurts now.
Бля, нет. Опять бежать. Ну ладно. Тогда скажу, пойду покушаю. Что-то устал. Мне кажется, надо отдохнуть хорошенько. Фух. Такое состояние, знаете?